Oh, there we go. Hello. I hope everything is working. Hello and welcome to the X2 uh, Squad live stream. Yeah, well, my words are a little bit everywhere because I've been all around and about, and today is actually a very, very special topic for me. Um, Autism Awareness Month. That is what we're going to be about. From tomorrow, it's going to be April, and that means Autism Awareness Month. And I'm very, um, I'm very close to this subject. Honestly, I myself have two children on the spectrum. I'm myself on the spectrum. Still in further diagnostics later on this year, so that's going to be all jolly and fun. And why? Why though, right? Not because I want to be special or treated special or differently. It's more that I think it's very important to understand why. How do I function? What do I know that I'm different. I know that I'm, well, you can see it probably that I am not like most of the other people you see online, very organized. I'm not organized. I am always running a little bit late. Time blindness, it's a lovely thing. Chaotic, um, and a lot of anxiety and struggling in social situations. Not that I don't like it at all. I love being social, but it drains the battery so much. So, but is there something wrong? No, I don't think so. I think um, I would like to explain a little bit of my view, um, how I see this, and what the month means for me is that um, imagine an eagle, right? An eagle has really sharp eyesight. They can spot a mouse from miles away, and I see that as like an autistic brain. You know, they are very on point. But if you put the eagle in the big city, he's not going to thrive. He's going to be overwhelmed by all the other stuff. So he can't really focus on his strengths because there's just so much going on and he can't filter it out. And I think that's very similar to how it is for most neurodivergents. Mostly speaking for myself, because of course I can't know or feel what other people on the spectrum feel, and there are so many differences in it while we all fall under the same category, so to say. And I think it is a lot like a computer. We're all computers. Every human is kind of a computer, right? We all have the same type of brain. And let's say that between quotes, normal people, neurotypical people, they have like a Windows um, operating system. So um, it is very user friendly. Let's say it like that. Very user friendly. It works and it does what it needs to do. It can do a lot. And I think that many people that are neurodiverse, that you can compare them a bit like Linux. As an example, it's something that you can do a lot with, but you need to know what you're doing because it's different, and it's not really made for the user friendliness, but more of the how versatile you can use it. I'm not even going to try that word. So both is good, and both can do reach for the same things, the same potential. It's just you have to a different way around it. So would you say, to me, I do not see personally neurodiversity as a handicap or as a disability. Not at all. I think it's just um, to know what you have will also help you to understand how you can deal with it. Right? You're not gonna canoe a boat with roller skates. So use the tools that are applicable to how you function. And I think that way we can all thrive. So that's what the month is for me, and that's what it's going to be about. And as a mom on the spectrum with children on the spectrum, I have learned the hard way how challenging that can be, because, well, you have to get to know your children and you have to find your way in society. So I think that the way I experienced it, I had a lot of help from very, very kind people, very wise people that knew their profession. A lot of help we had. And I would love to give a little bit of that back, because I know that there's a lot of people out there. And I hope that you all are watching, because I know how incredibly tough it can be when you have to figure everything out. Trying to steer your children into the world in the best way that they can be in here can be very tough. I found myself crafting pictos here and there and making plan boards, and then struggling with my own problems, because I wasn't actually really good at planning myself. And then I had to overthink, like, okay, but are we gonna go? I'm gonna tell them I'm gonna go to the petting zoo, and then it rained. Don't dare to tell them that you're not going to go to the petting zoo then, because you destroy their whole day, because then they go off of their track. So that is how I was already planning, like, oh no, I need to plan this day, but I want to go to the petting zoo. But what if it rains? And what if it doesn't rain? And what do I do then? So it can be really tough. Now, my children were very susceptible to tools that would help them. And I also learned that the tools you make, you should not overwhelm them, because, well, we all lack that little filter that divides the unimportant details from the important details. So we first take everything in, and then we're gonna filter out, like, okay, what is with where? What is important? So if you're gonna make a picto, I made some pictos here, as you can see. If you're gonna make a picto like this one is, well, what is he doing? This little fella is combing the hair. Well, he has none, but that is a detail. So you see, I have no nose, I have no thingies on the clothing, no extra background, I do not have extra ears, I do not have eyebrows, because those all take away. What if I made the eyebrows too bushy? Maybe the child is then gonna pay attention. Like, oh, that's very bushy brows. Maybe my grandfather has also bushy brows, and then they go off. They're gonna be gone with their thoughts, and then you have to get them back to telling them that they have to comb their hair. So you don't want to overload them with information. Actually, very short and sweet does the deal. So I made some pictos here. These are for illustration. I intend to make a lot more, because I actually thought of a product that I think would be very nice. Now, what happened is I only made the design, and I have not tested it as per usual. And I think that's actually good. You guys can join me along the creation of this. My thought process behind this is, one thing that many people that are neurodivergent like or crave is things to be finished. That we don't really like unfinished things. So I came up with a nice puzzle. I think this is very suitable for younger children. Then with a little sequence, this is like the waking up before school ritual. Actually, this one I made it a little further, so it is not 100% solid yet. But let's say, well, waking up, you make your bed, you eat your breakfast, brush your teeth, comb your hair, pack your stuff for school, and put on your shoes. And then when you get home, you put your stuff in the dishwasher. But this could be a stretch, thinking about it, because you would rather possibly want to finish your puzzle before. And that's what I'm banking on with this idea, that a child on the spectrum loves to have things finished short and sweet. So if they can follow this, it becomes like a little game. So for each, these are like separate pieces that a parent can put in themselves. They can decide what works for them, because that is what I find very important. You need to not go with what should work, but you should go with what does work, what works for you, what works for you and your child, no matter what the rest of the world says, because they're not going to sit there to sing them to sleep. You are. So let's say the child wakes up, and as a parent, you have this puzzle ready, and you have all the puzzle pieces out, and you put these coins in with the pictos that you find necessary, what needs to be done, what helps your child to give it direction before going to school. Because if you don't fill that time in, they are going to be lost. That is my experience. I'm speaking from my experience. I want that to be very clear. That is not for every single one, but I hope that there's people out there that recognize themselves and maybe have some help with my advice. So if you give them a set of things to do, they can, every time they finished their task, as the parent, you can give them that part of the puzzle and they may fill it in, and then they can go all about. And in the end, they're gonna have the puzzle finished. And I made an image, if I can find it. There. This is then how it is gonna look. Okay, well, with the pictos below it. Like I said, I have not really finished everything yet. So I think we should just get it on. I did make a new scene where you can actually see my desk in big. It was a lot of hard work. So I hope it's gonna work, and I hope I don't have everything messed up. We will see along the way, and otherwise you're just gonna have to forgive me a little bit. So for this, I measured it, and it is the outer layer is going to be 35.03. So we could optionally make it a tiny tad smaller if we would want to, but I now made all these like 49. That's actually bigger than I thought it would be. That's okay. Let's make everything a tiny tad smaller. So let's make it 30. Something like this. Because I made some sheets. I actually used my how's it called, my jigsaw to saw them, and you see they're still there's a lot of splinters, so I'm gonna have to be careful with my hands, and I want to sand this at first. So let's just start with that, and then we're gonna put it one by one in the machine, and we're gonna create the puzzle out of this. I hope you guys like this. If you have anything to say about it, please just let me know. I will gladly listen to what advice or tips you have. Let me put on some music. Can I put this to the queue? I don't want to end up playing music I cannot play. I'm just going to play my own music. Wait. Nicole, you should have prepared this. Yes, I should. I know. I was too busy. One of the things that I was actually doing and is still being done actually is I wanted to have, I went over from the one website to another and I'm still building on it, and it is like massive work. So I used to have like a page where you could just go and there you would find all my information about my links to my socials and to my Discord, because I would like it if you guys could just join in and let me know what you like, what you don't like, what you would like to see, etc., etc. So yeah, that's what we have been busy with. Of course, at the last moment, I came up with that, like, hey, I actually don't have that page anymore, so it needs to be recreated. So if it's not there yet, please be patient with me, working on it. And well, I keep at it. That's what I wanted to say. I'm gonna see if my other, zoop, there comes the panda. Let's see if my scene. Yeah, you did indeed lose sound. Quickly checking over my other microphone. See, this is what I mean. This is. I'm trying to set up. Um, Everything too fast. Yeah, here this one isn't in there. Okay, I hope you guys are gonna be okay if I'm using my big microphone for a little moment. Yeah, I'm sorry. Hello, how are you doing? Oh, now it's echoing. That's not good. We don't want echo. Um, Let me see. Can I? Mm, I don't know. Global. Mm, it doesn't want to show that. Oh, okay, good. Yeah. So I have this one, but it is in another scene. I have that open, and it doesn't want to show in the other scene. I will need to ask a technical person for help. I need an adult. Anyhow, yes, we're gonna press the button. So I will zoom in. You might hear me a little bit less loud now. Okay, I think this is gonna be just fine. Now, what am I gonna do with you guys in that time? Yes, I broke it. Okay, let's see. What I wanted to show when I was making dinosaur. That is not the dinosaur. I want to copy the image. And just put it up there. There we go. Because actually I started out with this, and this is a previous version I tried, and I wasn't really happy with it yet. This was the silhouette, and then I have been going into, where is it? There. So I've been trying to make these, and this is the one I in the end went with. You can see I actually made just a screenshot of what I did. What I have done, or my technical man is is right here. I have I made it unwork. my little microphone doesn't work, so I think we can do that after the stream. Fix it for tomorrow. I will have a retry tomorrow. So yes, I know. I'm sorry. Won't be a good stream if we don't mess something up, right? So I have been making these to put it over, because first I actually had a smaller one, and it came up with this first, and I was like, nah, that's not really what I meant. So these are more pictos that I'm working on, trying to come up with as much events, a lot of activities or tasks or emotions I have been going in, because there's so many things you can or should sometimes plan. So it is nice to have a broad collection of those. Now, when I went in here, I will actually grab the red one again, so I can show how I did that. So, and I'm just gonna paste it in there. Now I'm gonna show you guys how I got from this to this, right? I'm just gonna put Becky next to it. I named her Becky. I don't know if there's any people old enough. I think it might be different for people from the UK. But in Holland, it was Becky. I'm curious if anybody knows what I'm talking about. Okay, so when you have this image, you want it, I like to have it in black and white, because, well, my machine is not gonna magically put any colors on it. This machine doesn't. Other machines of X2, yes. This one doesn't. So we go to AI cutout. That also contains the manual cutout under it. So if you get confused where it is, there it is. Now, I have been honest. I'm gonna be very honest. I was first not lazy, and then I went all lazy. I just pressed the AI cutout because I can't do it better. I can't do it faster. We will see when it is done. AI cutout is being generated, and you see this is just beautiful. I'm not going to do it because I don't want to use my 6 credits for something I already have. So let's go to the manual, because it's also nice if you do not have those credits, that you can also do it by yourself. So I'm going to turn down this a little bit and clicking on here. And if I keep Control pressed in, I can zoom in and out with my mouse wheel. So I let the control go again, and you can see I click on these areas. Now, these I just click until they mostly are gone. And now the fun begins. So we're gonna zoom out and back in again. There. Now we grab the eraser, and well, we can make it a bit bigger because we're now in the main part, and you're just gonna drag over that everything that you do not need. You're just gonna erase it like you would in a coloring book and you don't like your results. There we go. Now we're gonna zoom in. You see I have some leftover pixels. When it's really white, it doesn't really matter because it's not gonna engrave white anyway. It will only engrave the darker the color, the more engraving, so white will not really be done. Here, I can take this away like here. Now I'm gonna make it smaller. 20 should be fine. I can click on the hand if I want to just drag it because I was not zooming nicely. And then I can just remove all this by hand. Zoom out a little bit because the circle, the eraser stays the same size. It's a little bit counterintuitive, but when you know it, then that is gonna work regardless. So I'm doing this a little bit fast. Not that I still have a long time to keep you guys busy, but otherwise I'm gonna OCD it all the way. Really? Oh, you're so right. Oh no. Okay, let me go to the other scene. There we go. I'm so sorry. Yeah, that's the downside of having two scenes. Tomorrow I'm gonna do everything right, okay? Okay, so should I redo that little bit? Now you are actually on my correct microphone again. Right. So, I pinned it. I don't know if that helps. Okay, so what I was trying to say is that I took the red dinosaur that I crafted in my other program. Let's grab it with the hand and move it around. There we go. You can see. Now we can move it. Oh, turn off the hand. And then you can, the AI cutout can do this by itself. As I said, it will cost 6 credits. I don't have more credits. So I'm just gonna do it manually. And when you click on the magic wand, it will, thank you. When you click on the magic wand, it is just gonna take away all the connected pixels. And here we choose the eraser, again turning off the hand, and now we can just erase these extra pixels that we don't want. And what I tried to show you, what I couldn't show before, is that when you zoom in and out, the eraser doesn't grow and shrink along with it. It stays the same size. So if I now zoom in, I'm only gonna erase tiny pixels. If I zoom far out, it's gonna be erasing the entire thing, while the size is actually still the same, as you can see. So now the dinosaur seems to be faring pretty well. There. And now you will see we have this dinosaur in the original red colors. Now, first of all, I want to crop the image, because if I say it needs to be 35 centimeters long, it's gonna take that from here all the way to there. Now that's not what we want, because we wanted the dinosaur to be 35 centimeters long, right? So I'm just gonna make the border around just as long as the dinosaur is, trying not to cut it off. So you might have like a few millimeters of space there. Oh, you can't really zoom in, so we will see it here. Oh, I was really on point, huh? I was so on point. Anyways, if you want to adjust this, you can just go to adjustments, and you can click auto adjust. That's what I did here, and that is how I got to this result. I have not been fiddling with it. I just left this as is and I'm trusting on that it is gonna be just fine, as we will see on the laser. So there we go. That is how I made the dinosaur that is now being created. Oh, thank you. That is very sweet. There, almost. Yeah, so we now have a duplicate dinosaur there. Let's take a look at how the dinosaur on the wood is doing. The result is actually really nice. I had not expected that it would be this pretty. Don't know if I can maybe move it around a little bit so you guys have a better idea. Not sure if you can see all the details in it, but it is actually really, really sharp. Okay, now that is going well. We will see that it will soon start cutting out the puzzle pieces. So how much more time do we have left? You can see in the bottom right, there's a task list. Yeah, sure, I can zoom it out a bit. I will move towards the remote control because I forgot to let it, to take it with me. There. I think that looks nice. Okay, meanwhile, I'm just gonna sand off the other parts. Oh no, I was gonna say the task list. I still have 17 minutes and 40 seconds left of entertaining you guys while this is going on. Maybe we should also think about, okay, what is going to be our next step? Because, well, I did not think it through. I'm going with the flow. These can be turned off because this was just for show. There. Now, this we don't need, but we're going to be needing all the other parts. So let us turn this off. Now, where is the actual image? Oh, there it went. So what do we need? Not this. Oh, yeah. Good job, me. I have been moving it without moving the other parts because they were invisible. Different dinosaurs, yeah. I think we could make like a T-Rex or a brontosaur, or I mean, maybe there's people that have children that also love dinosaurs a lot. Maybe they can throw an idea in the bucket. Then we can go with that one next. I think it would be very nice to have like a little collection. So I think for children, it's also nice to many of us, they like to gather things, collectors. So yeah, I think that might actually it's a very good idea to make multiple of them. Yeah. I'm meanwhile already trying to prepare a little bit of the wood here. Is it loud actually, the wood sound? Yeah, we can also do cars. It is very loud. Okay, maybe I'll do it far away from my Okay, so my microphone is actually very good at picking up things. Huh? Let me put on the music. Just gonna go with some calm music. Now, do you hear any sound? I think you should, but okay, great. If it's too loud or too silent, just shout it out. Can I mute my mic for a second so I don't blast your ears? Yeah, that should work. There we go. There we go. Without blasting your ears. Now the wood feels nice. There we go. So that is prepared. Now, what will we do? So I will have this one. That is the outer curve. So we can just make that one. But then we're also gonna have, I think I'm still in need of one layer, so I'm gonna have this one. I actually think that this one also needs to be done on this one. Because then I will have the puzzle pieces, but I won't have the outer part. But for that, the wood is slightly off because I tucked it in very tightly. How big is my wood? That's not big enough. Hmm. The way it is now, it would not have a list around it, which I idealistically would have, of course. But that's not going to fit on the wood that I have now. I will need to make that separately then. Ay, 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 caramba. I made a boo-boo. I will need to see. Maybe I still did it within the measurements that I can still cut it out. But I will have to see that after that. How much time do I still need? Yeah. So I will write out what I have in my head, right? Because I can't, I find it difficult to verbalize that on the go. Oh, that is very big. Hello. Can we make that? Yeah, that's the whole thing. Still big, but there we go. So we're gonna have the top layer, and that one will have the puzzle pieces. Engraved with dino photo. Plus the outer edge. So that is put it to the left. So that is what we're now kind of seeing without those little coins, right? So then we're gonna go for another one. That is gonna be the middle layer. That is gonna be the full size. Full size. Plus coins engraved plus cut out. That doesn't need to be a big C, it can be a small c. So then we're gonna have another one, and that is gonna be the bottom layer. A bottom layer. You see how pretty it is, the dinosaur. I'm really actually excited about that. It turned really nice. So that is just gonna be the base plate. Full size. So there we go. Now it is gonna cut the puzzle pieces. I'm actually gonna check now. No, I sadly do not have enough space on the left curve, on the left side. So now it is creating the puzzle pieces for me. Well, it's also fine. I will have at least a puzzle of a dinosaur. I can just have this as a separate puzzle. And I can make a secondary one that is made for this specific topic. So no worries, we just reinvented and put a new part. It's because the horn is too close to the edge here. I did that very tightly because I didn't want to have any leftover wood. So normally I would just have made the extra cut out. I could optionally do that, but then I would need to glue this part on with a different piece. I'm not going to do that. So now this should be done pretty soon. So the top layer is going to be the puzzle pieces with the dino photo and the outer edge. This is for myself also for the next time. I think it's good to know for other people as well, to know that that is what is supposed to be done. The middle layer is going to be also the full size. So there's no smaller size actually. Everything is the full size. Yeah, the middle layer is going to be the full size, and then we're going to engrave the coins and we're going to cut that out. And then the bottom layer is just going to be actually the bottom, because that is what's going to hold those coins so they don't fall through. That would be very messy if you wake up like a parent in the morning and come, look what I made, and then you have no coins in there. My children would have said, yay, we do not have to do anything. They're very smart. I hope you guys are finding any use in the parts that I try to create on that side. There I made in the black area some extra information that you find, and like right there on the bottom you can find my QR code and a link to my website. If it's not going to be up today yet, it's going to be up hopefully tomorrow morning, because we will continuously still work on it to recreate what I had before. Also, a special promotion. I was asked to specifically mention this. There is still a €20 extra discount code on top of the discounts they already have. Currently, Easter season is fully on the go, so there is like massive discounts going on right now. And with the code that you find here, you can have a €20 extra off on top of that. So if you are considering to get yourself also a nice tool to create your own projects, I would definitely make use of it. So let's go and see. I think it's 1.5 minutes. Let's see if everything is going right there. You might have seen me eyeballing to the side all the time, because I'm trying to keep my eyes on when the laser is actually cutting. It's very important that you are going to stay close, because you don't want it to catch fire, or if it does, then you want to be there to instantly take measurements. Precautions, how is it called? I don't know if anybody else feels this, but I find it so incredibly satisfying to watch when the laser is doing the cutting. What's your next video about, Paul? Thank you. I also think it looks really good. It came out way better than I thought. And I even cranked up the settings because I didn't want you to make you guys wait like an hour. Oh, and it's done. Yippee! Let's go check it out. I have to contain myself because I don't want to open the lid right away, so all the smoke can go out. Oh, thank you. I heard that. Thank you so much. The right mindset. Okay. Yeah, I don't know, I can watch that all the time. Okay, that's nice. I'm very, very curious. I really like to watch your content. It's very useful. I find it somehow very easy to follow what you're saying. So you're doing a great job there. Ooh. I'm gonna try to find a nice angle for you all. Am I fully zoomed out? Let's zoom it out. There you go. We take off the board. Let it go. Now I get to be puzzling already. I hope you guys are not going to be all too jealous. But here, look at the details of this. I'm gonna take these pieces to my PC and then I will show it from there. Look, there's a nice little silhouette of the puzzle pieces. It might come in handy. There we go. There, I made my own puzzle. Who would have thought that a few years ago? Thank you. Okay, let's see if I go to the other. I'm gonna have to swap my mic, I think. Let's see. Swap it over, and now you guys should be able to hear me. I have no understanding. I'm quite technical, but this sometimes causes me difficult. Anyways, what I wanted to show you is if I go inside of the vector that I made, right, with the puzzle pieces, and I want to make it a single, because now you see it cuts this and then it cuts this as well. So I noticed that when I look at my puzzle, I think it's very nice for very little children that do not really have a steady hand yet. But I think it might be a little bit too loose. So I'm gonna change that. So I'm just gonna say edit. Wait a second. I learned from my past mistakes. Better late than never. So Control C, Control V. I'm just making a copy of that. Turning it off. And now we're gonna click on this one again, if it lets me. There. And I'm gonna say edit. And here I choose scissors, and I'm just gonna cut these. This is not gonna go there. And I'm gonna cut it here. And now you're gonna see something very satisfying. If I now click on select and I click this first one, you see it turns black, or it gets filled in. And then you can just press the delete button on your keyboard, and you will see it's like unraveling a knitted sweater, which is very satisfying to me. There's the little things in life. So now I do need to connect these two again. This is something I always struggle with, that I can't connect them anymore after that. We might need to make that into a compound again, question mark. Yeah, because these need to be connected. Then we just choose this and this. And that needs to be connected to there. It's like a little puzzle on its own. Hey, where did it go? Okay, I think I broke something. Did my music also break? Oh no. That was fast. There. No. Escape. I'm just gonna make it nice. Done. So I'm just gonna remove the inner one here. Edit. Scissors. I need to make this one connect to this one. Escape. There, that worked. Now this is gonna be connected to here. I don't want this to look silly, so I'm just, oh wow. Can I make an extra point in here? I'm just gonna make it straight. So this looks a little bit nice. I don't want it to be like too pointy, especially not if there's gonna be little children touching it. So I want to have as curved or straight edges as possible. Now this is gonna go all the way up to here, and then I'm gonna make the scissors here. Putting this there. Escape. Okay, when I click that, it wants just to go to the next one, so I don't do that. But it doesn't matter when it's not really connected, because, well, it will cut it out in the wood anyways. Now you see there goes still a little bit of think work into this stuff. Slightly more than I wanted to. See. Edit. There. Well, we're almost there. Edit. And scissors. Oops. Oh. And we're just gonna put select again and delete, 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 delete. This is going to go all the way to here, to there. And now we zoom in, we place this one on top of there. And now we say escape, we press on this one, and we're just going to make it straight. I think it would be nicer if we can we scissor this? I don't really want that. I'm just gonna make this one here, and I'm just gonna scissor it like so. Otherwise I change the shape too much, I don't want that. Now we're gonna have to remove this as well. So we're gonna go edit, gonna put this one on here. And we're gonna this one and this one. We're gonna make this one all the way on top of this. It's kind of all loose pieces now. I think I can fix that later on. Scissors, we just cut this. We place this one on top of that. Escape, we click this to make it straight. Otherwise we have such weird curves. Now this can be unraveled. There we go. Now we have another one that can be unraveled for the most part. Click, no, come on. Can I select it, please? Scissors, select. There. Now it does it. Oops. I'm just gonna connect this to here. What a work, eh? I already have top viewers. What do you mean? Okay, I scissor this. Connect it there. Sorry for that. Let's go here. And we're gonna unravel this all the way till there. Now, that one can also go. Just gonna put it on here. I put escape. I'm just gonna select these two, delete. All right, it's no worries. Teamwork makes the dream work, right? There we go. Yes. Well, I see it's already quite a bit in time. I kind of had hoped that I would be doing this a little bit faster. I'm gonna put the other parts in. I will show you only the bottom plate because then we can just put it under it. And then the rest I will save for tomorrow, if you guys are okay with that, because I don't want to keep you guys up too long. Let's quickly put in the couldn't I have done that when I was making the adjustments? Yes, and I should have. So I know that for the next time. Let's make it again a measurement. I'm gonna mark the processing area, rectangle, start marking. Press the button to mark the first point. And now we're gonna press the button to mark the second point. Now I'm just gonna see from where I put the second point. Is that gonna be all the way fitting? Yes. And from here as well. Yeah. So that is fine. Can close the machine. Oopsie. Now we say end marking. And done. Now we are gonna place the part on top of it. Giving it a tiny bit of space. there. And now I actually only want to have the outer silhouette. That's the only thing I want to have on. So do I have anything else on there? All these, they can be off. This can be off. Oops. We do not need to engrave the dinosaur again right now. So this is it. This is what we're gonna do. And we're gonna put it to 7 millimeter per second. And that is it. Now this is not gonna take long. I think it's 2 minutes maybe. I was not far off. So let's say start, okay, and process, because it's reminding us that we need to be always alert and not leaving it alone. And now we can have a very satisfying look at it. When I was younger, I had like these crafting lessons at school, and then you were allowed to use like a handsaw. I loved those. I still have them, but you can't reach this amount of speed. With a handsaw. Also, it hurts much more. It is very satisfying to do, but it's also a lot more intense. Let's see how my cleanup is going. Minimize this. Meanwhile, you can still see it go. Now, I think if I select this, release compound, and then exclude, no, that was not it. Union, no, it's also not it. I also, no, subtract is not it. Intersect, no. Okay, we'll just let it be a compound. So I have now some loose pieces. I'm still sometimes trying to figure out how I can make those that they connect again. Especially if you want to engrave a part. If I now press engrave, you see that there's, because this is like a broken circuit. So it will not make that fully. Yes, I am very satisfied with the processing. Thank you. So I will have to investigate a little bit more in that. I always get to the result that I want, but I'm not always sure yet how to create it within here that I can unite them properly, those two nodes. Let's go grab our piece. The exhaustion fan is now off. There we go. There she is. Easy peasy. Now I'll give you once more the other one. There, now you should hear me. So we're gonna place this one under it. Gonna lift everything carefully. Do we? Come on, then. Apply a bit of pressure.
lift it up a bit. Fine, I give up. Oh, there. So now I made the bottom layer and I made the top layer. So there's coming one layer in the middle. There she is. So there's going to be one layer in the middle that holds the pictos, so the child knows what task it needs to do. I think all in all, I will redo this one because I wanted to have the border and I wanted to have the cutouts less. So thank you guys for being there with me while I was prototyping my idea. If you have any suggestions or requests, then please let me know. You will find my data on the Twitch page and otherwise on sewit.com/so-it-links. So thank you for watching, and thank you for the compliments. I will see you hopefully tomorrow.